So Jacob, did you hear the great news?
I don't like this joke already. I don't like this joke already. You preface this with, I've got a good joke. So I'm expecting some knockout.
We actually, you know how the Academy, they host the Oscars?
Yeah.
Well, we actually got an email today from the Academy saying that they'd like to buy the rights to the regulars because of how good the first annual 8 regulars were. And if you have not seen that, you should definitely go watch it.
We didn't even get a guest in for that. We just did that ourselves.
We hosted it ourselves.
We didn't need Ricky Gervais.
We're going to be hosting the 93rd Oscars as well.
Who hosted this year's Oscars?
Nobody. It's a hostless
Oscars.
Oscars.
That's right, because the whole controversy and yeah.
I don't remember what the controversy was.
Neither do I, but there was controversy.
Oh.
There's controversy galore.
Oh, it's juicy. But yes, no, we are going to be hosting the 93rd annual Oscars.
Awesome.
The Academy has bought the rights to the regulars, and they're changing it from the Oscars to the regular Oscars.
Do we get to wear the exact same outfit we wore this year?
They are
the shorts and then the suit jacket.
They insisted.
Well, I'll be there. Just give me some good money, and I will be there.
We're getting.
It won't be good. Watch. We're gonna make all those digs at all the celebrities. We're not gonna know a single one of them. They're actually gonna take it personally. We're gonna be like, yes, good. Please do.
Speaking of which, did you watch Will Ferrell's part of the Oscars today?
I haven't seen any of it.
He full on just like roasted cinematographers. It was funny as. It was like,
wait, I actually think I did hear about this.
It was like cinematographers are the guys that come and let you know that we're about to start filming. They're the guys that cook. It was like going on this tangent.
I did hear about
him and
that.
Julia, I forgot her last name, but they were awesome.
The one from Seinfeld?
Yeah, that's the one.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
That's the one. Yeah, them two. They were on song. They were on song.
Yeah, good.
Speaking about on song, roll the intro music. So welcome back to episode 36 of the Regular Size Man podcast. My name is Sam, and as always, I am joined by Jacob. How are we doing this week, my friend?
I'm doing awesome. Even better the second time now that we've asked.
Yeah, we stuffed up the first recording.
Yeah, this is happening on a weekly basis.
I feel like
now.
it's not a Regular Size Man podcast without
a stuff up of the first
faults.
audio. Yeah,
but that's okay. We're back. We are in business,
we
and yeah, it's all good. I'm chill. I'm happy. I'm not chill. I've had a very stressful 24 hours.
Yeah, I've heard this as well. Yes.
Yeah, you've heard me say it already, but I have to say it again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hurt my shoulder at basketball last night in a little bit of pain.
Yeah.
Not ideal. You know, it's
not
just,
what you want.
No, I'm in a bit of pain. Is not. And because I talk a lot with my hands and my arms, when I was recording my video today, I did hurt myself. Not hurt myself, but I felt pain. Not good.
Yeah, not good at all.
Apart from that, I need to have 3 videos up in the next 3 days, including this podcast. And
it's doable.
It's doable, but I'm working.
If I know you, it's doable.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that.
That's all right.
But I start work. I got an event tomorrow morning, and then work 11 till 6. Then I start work at 5:30 on Wednesday morning till 3 p.m. So I need to get my main channel video and a review on Birds of Prey, non-spoiler, that will be up now when you hear this. I need to get that all done tonight.
That's a tough task.
It's 7 o'clock at the moment, and I still haven't finished the first one.
It's okay. We're going to smash this out.
Oh,
we'll be done in half an hour. You watch half an hour podcast. I'm calling. It's not going to be half an hour.
It's going to be half an hour.
But we'll get it done. We'll get it done.
But yeah, that's right. How about you? That's enough of me complaining.
Well, as I said the first time around, I saw 2 movies this week. I saw Uncut Gems. That is very, very good.
Very good, yes.
Very, very good. I loved everything about it, to be honest with you. The plot was my favorite part, as I told you already.
Yes, I know.
And the second movie I saw Jojo Rabbit last night.
Yes, you did rave about that one too.
I can't stop talking about that movie. It's just it's just so funny, man.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
I have been meaning to watch both of those movies. They're on the list of movies that I will eventually get around to.
Yeah.
But I did watch Nerve yesterday. I was gonna watch Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
And then
you should have.
What happened was I was told that I should watch it all in one sitting. I should not, I won't be able to split it up.
I think you can. It's just more
it's more intense.
It's a movie experience.
Yeah. And I only had time for an hour and a half movie, and I've been meaning to watch Nerve. Have you ever heard of it?
Well, yeah, after you told me about it.
Okay. Well, if you haven't heard about it, pretend you haven't heard about it.
I have not heard about it. What is this movie?
So basically, it was a TikTok trend. It's become a TikTok trend where it's like the audio from the movie is now placed on TikTok, and basically it's like an underground game where people get dared to do things, and the dares have a money prize.
So it's essentially just a bigger version with a bigger budget of Double Dog Dare.
Never heard of that.
Well,
yeah, sorry.
You obviously didn't watch Saturday Disney.
I did know.
Dude, they had Double Dog Dare, Triple Dog Dare.
Yeah.
That's what this movie is. Anyway, sorry.
Basically, they basically just have dares and they win money, and every time the dare gets riskier, the money price goes up. But it like amazing concept. Don't get me wrong. Mostly, I think it was targeted at a more teenage audience because I think it was trying to give it the underlying message of like social media is bad. This is what happens when you get interested in the clout, and it does, and it's just kind of like
go for the clout.
I would.
That's what I've always said.
That's not the point. My point is, I reckon it would have been cooler if like these missions were like more intense, or like jump from this building to that building, or like I don't know like what the exactly the dares are.
Jump from this truck to that truck.
Or no, as opposed to like go here, try on this dress, do this, do that.
That was a dare.
Yeah, and it was like
I would do that,
and it was more for the narrative. So I understood it was for the
narrative.
narrative.
What was the cash prize on that one?
Which one?
The try on a dress.
$500.
I would do that.
Mate, I'll try on any dress. I would run down the street naked for $500.
Give me a nice little skimpy dress. I'll try that on for $500. It's $500.
I'll even lift it up for $500.
100% I will.
No, okay. Anyway, no, it was a good movie. Like, don't get me wrong, it was a good movie, but it's like,
why?
Not even why. It was just more, this is alright. Like, I enjoy it, but I'm probably not gonna watch it again.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I watched that. That was it. I finished season 1 of You.
Yep.
Started season 2.
You're a bit late on that one, but yep.
I know. Don't worry, because I gotta watch. I watched season 1, started season 2. It's good, but haven't had time the last few days.
Understand.
But that's okay. Anyway, moving on.
Yes.
Should we just get?
Let's just segue right into our first segment, and I'm gonna start by putting it off a little bit because Sam didn't have the buzzer ready to go. So
what are you talking about?
while Sam hurriedly gets the buzzer going on, you can kind of see it if you're watching on YouTube. But while he gets it going.
Thank
there
you.
we go.
All
We're
right.
going to kick off.
I'm putting you off. thanks, dude.
I'm all about that.
So apparently, the next Star Wars trilogy will be set 400 years before Episode 1, meeting Yoda will be, in Jagger's words, in his prime.
Well, yeah, prime Yoda. That's like teenage Yoda,
So, do you reckon he'll be a bit hormonal?
Oh, 100%. He'll be a sassy Yoda. Could you imagine a sassy Yoda talking the way he does? That'd be kind of sick. With a mullet too. Oh
no, don't say that.
I'm watching.
Don't give them ideas.
I kind of want that now. I think it'd be really cool because I feel like Yoda's like... I'm going to exclude Baby Yoda at the moment because we don't really know his full arc and whatever, or what the hell's going on with that. But like, Yoda's kind of like in the... Yeah, leave me alone. In episodes 4, 5, 6, he's kind of he's past his prime, so he doesn't really do much. But then episode 1, 2, 3, you kind of get a glimpse of that, like of him in action. And I'd kind of like to see a bit more of when he's jumping around and doing really cool shit. And
that's
that would
fair.
be.
I don't blame you.
Do you know what I mean? Though, I feel like it'd probably be the best thing to do, and I think Yoda is someone that we're not going to get tired of.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think anybody
if you're going to revisit any of the characters, I think that Yoda's probably the best one to do it with.
Yeah, I don't think he should be like a prominent character, but I think he should be like like in the prequels.
Like in the first, exactly like that. Like you see him in his I completely agree with you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, do you have any idea what you would want to see in any of these like new trilogy or like?
I think that like Knights of the Old Republic has been floated around countless times from what I've seen, so I definitely would be okay with that for sure. But I don't know if that's what I want, and I think that's more than 400 years before, and I'm enjoying this idea of Yoda. So
yeah, fair enough.
Don't know.
All right, moving on.
Yeah. So Sam Raimi is in talks to direct Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. We definitely posted about it on our Instagram, so go check that out at The Regular Size Man, not at
we did change.
We
forgot to mention this. We did change our
we probably should have put that at the top of the thing, but it just happens too long ago. We didn't talk about it.
On Instagram at The Regular Size Man and on Twitter at Regular Size Man.
Yeah, so go check that one out. We did post about this, but Sam, what are your thoughts about this?
So I actually... Let me break it down. I've thought about this.
Yeah.
So Sam Raimi, obviously, he did the original Spider-Man trilogy, which some do say kind of kickstarted like the whole superhero movie phase in like the recent years. Yeah. So it's kind of an icon. He's a kind of an icon in that regard. And I feel like the Multiverse of Madness, and I think you can agree, is going to be probably one of the biggest superhero movies that we've had. Solo movies, besides like Endgame and like big ones. It's probably going to be the biggest one in terms of most ambitious of what it's going to achieve.
Probably, yeah.
So chance. I would like to see. I think it's probably, I don't know, like it's nostalgic to get him back for that, like kind of like a defining point. I'm guessing in the MCU.
Yeah.
After he kind of kickstarted probably and inspired some of the MCU.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be pretty interesting to see. Other than that, and as long as there's no creative differences.
Well, you'd hope not.
With the director, that's why we lost the first director.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. I was just looking at the other movie he's actually done because I don't really know any Sam Raimi movies besides that. His so he did so Spider-Man 3 was it was in 2007. I thought it was much earlier than that.
Yeah, wow.
He did Oz the Great and Powerful.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he did Crawl. He did that one about the croc, the horror movie last year, which is apparently very good.
Yeah,
actually, which I haven't watched. He's got a movie coming out this year called The Grudge. He did The Jungle Book. No, he didn't. He did not direct The Jungle Book.
Well, apparently he did.
No, he didn't. No, Jon Favreau directed The Jungle Book.
I
Maybe he was just worked on it. Oh, well, he worked on different pieces. That's okay. That's really interesting. Okay, so he's got some good movies besides that.
Besides Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's I think he's very capable of doing it.
It's probably... this could work then.
Are you for it?
Yeah, well, phenomenal. I just thought he just was known for the Spider-Man movies and not much else. But
well, no, you were wrong.
Apparently not.
You were wrong, my friend.
Fooled me twice.
All right, well, that's it for Room Meal today. We're moving on.
Yeah, let's go.
2020 Oscars took place today. I did neglect all my responsibilities to watch it, and that's why I'm very stressed with all these videos I got to do. But we do want to talk about some of them. There's some awards that we don't have anything to say anything about, so we just don't include them.
Couldn't care less.
Not all of them.
Less. Don't care about them.
Not all of them.
No, I don't care about them.
Okay, well, that's all right.
Watch. I'm not going to care about any single one of these ones you talk about.
Even the ones I wrote down?
Yep. It's a solo podcast from now on, mate. No, I care about it. Let's go. I just missed it, so I'm kind of salty that I missed the whole day. I was at work, so I missed everything.
Yeah, bit stiff. I watched this live.
Yeah, well,
so let's start. Best Supporting Actress, Laura Dern in Marriage Story. I didn't see Marriage Story, but apparently this movie was amazing. And apparently, I don't know how I missed out on this amazing movie.
We need to watch it, I think. It's on Netflix.
It is on Netflix, and we do need to watch it because it's been, Adam Driver was nominated for Best Actor for this movie, so was ScarJo for Best Actress.
Supporting Actress?
No, Best Actress for her role in this movie.
Yes, that is right.
And obviously Laura Dern, who was also in this movie, is won Best Supporting Actress. Mm-hmm. So that's, really, really cool. And this movie, the movie was nominated for Movie of the Year as well for Best Picture. Yeah, so
it got quite a few nominations.
It's got a few nominations. And I think this was the only time they actually won something from it. But
probably.
Yeah, the whole night.
We skimmed the lists. Oh, probably.
No,
yeah.
It is, yeah.
You were saying that there was a bit of controversy with this.
What?
That Laura Dern kind of didn't really necessarily deserve it.
Not that she didn't deserve it.
No, we're calling her out. She didn't deserve it.
No, she did.
Essentially, she didn't. She essentially didn't deserve it. Laura Dern, what are you doing, mate? You were the character that we all hated through most of The Last Jedi, and then we kind of eventually didn't hate you anymore.
You're really just a bit salty that you missed this today.
I am really a bit salty.
No, looking at the supporting actress list, apparently, I liked Margot Robbie in Bombshell. You liked ScarJo and Jojo Rabbit.
I very much liked ScarJo and Jojo Rabbit.
Apparently Florence Pugh in Little Woman was also amazing.
I'd imagine Kathy Bates in Richard Jewell would be pretty good too. She's an awesome actress.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go see that, so I'll let you know. So Laura Dern must have done a phenomenal job to beat all these things. So I don't really know.
Well, you'd think so.
Yeah. So I'm not too sure. But, good on her. We're going to watch Marriage Story and we'll get back to you on this one.
Yeah.
Next, we have Best Supporting Actor, which was Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And I'm so thankful that he won this one because I think... he did phenomenal, honestly.
Yeah, I'm looking at the other nominations. I don't I didn't think Al Pacino was. He was good. Obviously, they're all.
He was
good.
Al Pacino, yeah.
But I didn't think he should have won it. Same thing as Joe Pesci. I didn't see the Anthony Hopkins movie, The Two Popes, so I can't say anything about that. And then Tom Hanks. I'm kind of surprised Tom Hanks didn't win it because I've heard he's amazing in that movie.
Yeah, I've heard he's very good.
I've heard he really takes that role really well. So I'm kind of surprised he didn't win it. But again, I can't say much because I haven't seen it. Yeah,
but that again, Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time was also phenomenal. He showed out.
I think I need to watch it again.
No,
I know. I remember. I know he was good, but I need to know how good. I think
that's true. He was very good to me. I quite liked him.
I liked his character a lot. It was really cool.
Yeah, he did.
That
movie all around just.
I've got a big crush on that movie. Just
do.
As an overall, seriously, I love that movie.
I did see it as a Blu-ray, and I was tempted to buy it for my new, but it was $27, and I was like, I'm a tight ass, so I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, fair enough.
But no, when it goes down, maybe when it hits the 2 for $30 pile at JB Hi-Fi, might be swooping in for those cheap movies. We'd love to see it. But yeah, next, Best Actress, which was Renee Zellweger.
Yeah,
did I say that right?
Yeah, you did. You did. For the first time in your life, you pronounced a hard word very well. Well, the first time in this podcast.
Yeah, no.
You have a lot of trouble.
I'm not good with names.
You're really not.
I'm not good. But no, apparently this was controversial. I didn't know. I'll be honest with you guys, and I think you can agree with this.
Yeah.
I don't think we knew a lot of these actresses in these movies. I saw Bombshell.
Oh, that's not true.
No, but like you didn't see them. You didn't see any of the movies.
That's true. I didn't see any of the movies.
Yeah,
but that's okay. But to be fair, Marriage Story we just haven't got to yet.
Yeah.
Little Women I didn't see. Oh no, actually I just wasn't going to watch that. Bombshell, you watched that.
That was amazing.
I was meaning to watch that.
I was going to say there. I was going to put an appreciation for Bombshell because phenomenal movie,
Yeah.
and Charlize Theron, amazing
Pretty
work.
good.
She
Pretty
did
good.
very well. I don't like. Obviously, apparently, I can't even say her name.
Cynthia
the bottom
Erivo. Saoirse Ronan. Saoirse.
Apparently she was amazing.
She's pretty good in everything. She's
Yeah.
She's a genuine amazing actress.
I think I saw that she's been nominated for 4 Oscars and she's lost every single one. So
Yeah,
I feel
she
bad
has.
for her.
She has. She's amazing, dude. Have you seen her work?
No,
she's
I have
actually
not.
insane.
No, I have not.
Yeah.
But that's why I don't know how to say her name.
Correct.
But no, apparently all these actresses were phenomenal. But I have never seen Judy. I never even heard of the movie.
I didn't hear about it either.
Never heard of the movie.
All I've heard about is Emma.
Yeah, that's the new one coming out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Maybe,
Renee.
maybe we missed it in Australia.
We did, maybe, probably.
I don't want to be rude and say that, just in case I was just us that missed it.
I'm gonna Google it now, just
But
to see if you're an asshole or not.
But I don't know, man. When did it come out?
Came out in 2019.
I'd imagine so. October.
October.
Oh, we were caught up in the Joker hype.
I think we were.
We were caught up in the Joker. Wait, when did Joker come out? That was a long
October
time ago.
4th.
Yeah, we got caught up in the Joker hype.
Probably. And this is before, I'll be honest, this was before I was really into like seeing big movies.
The other movies
besides
that
like
wasn't
the big
comic
ones.
books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even that, but like, like you got a big movie like, Richard Jewell, for example, or Bombshell. I never would have seen those type of movies ever. But now that I'm really into movies,
that's very true.
I've like started to expand my repertoire.
Yeah.
So
awesome word, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, moving on.
Yeah.
Best actor, Joaquin Phoenix for Joker. I
Awesome.
I honestly would have started swinging at the Academy if they didn't give it to him.
Yeah, first comic book role to win Best Actor or Actress.
Heath Ledger?
He didn't win it.
He won it for Joker.
Supporting.
Oh, was it supporting?
He didn't win actor.
Okay.
It was definitely it was definitely supporting. But that's awesome. I'm so happy for that. Like, I genuinely love that. I think it's awesome, man.
It's definitely like
it was so well deserved. Because he completely went into the role.
He did. Like, no, it was for supporting. Yep.
Told ya.
Just wanted to make sure. Just verifying my sources. Yeah, so honestly, he went all out for this role and he just like fully embraced.
He genuinely killed it.
Yeah, and Murray. But he fully embraced the character. Like, obviously, all these other... It was a very strong, like, lineup. Like, Once Upon a Time, Leo, Adam Driver, Marriage Story. Apparently, two great... I don't know Antonio Banderas' Pain and Glory. I've never heard of the movie. It's a Spanish movie, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's...
Or whatever language he speaks.
Spanish.
Yeah, it's a Spanish movie. And then...
Leo.
And The Two Popes is just a movie I never... Like, I don't know. I just never...
Yeah, no, neither.
Into it. But, yeah, awesome job from Joaquin. It was... Yeah, there's not much to say about it. He just did an amazing job, and I'm really glad that it wasn't overlooked by the fact it was a comic book movie.
Yeah.
Maybe we're a bit biased in saying that, but I think overall...
I think we definitely do have some bias, but I don't think it's applicable in this situation.
Yeah,
because he really was, because like it was Joker was what everyone was saying it was before it came out. It was groundbreaking in terms of a comic book movie, because it became not a comic book movie for a lot of that movie. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was just awesome, really, to see that Joaquin Phoenix won it.
Yeah, happy days.
Yeah, very, very,
and
very happy
next
days.
Surprising one, Best Original Screenplay.
Somewhat surprising, I think. Not fully surprising. Somewhat.
Wow, wait till you hear the nominees behind this.
Yeah.
So, Best Original Screenplay, Parasite won.
Mm-hmm.
Parasite cleaned up. And
Parasite, was the big one.
So, it did beat, for Best Original Screenplay, Noah... I'm just going to read the movies.
Just read the movies. Yeah.
Marriage Story, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Knives Out, understandable, and 1917. For Best Original Screenplay, which is just Best New Idea, essentially. And surprised that it beat Once Upon a Time.
I thought Once Upon a Time was going to take it, or possibly... I thought it was going to be Parasite or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah. I mean, 1917, it is original, don't get me wrong, but there is a lot of war movies. Once Upon a Time, like Parasite, is never before seen type of thing.
Yeah.
And I do understand Parasite winning. I'm the only one that's seen Parasite.
So you've seen both. What did you think about that?
Parasite is just a one-of-a-kind movie. That's the best way I can put it. I will probably talk about it in a bit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we can kind of link this with Best Picture if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
You know what? I'm something. He won Best Director as well. Bong Joon-ho, I think that's how you say it.
Yeah,
and
say
Best
so.
Picture. Parasite did beat Best Picture.
Yeah, Parasite literally cleaned up probably the most important ones.
Yeah,
besides
so Best Picture nominees were Parasite, 1917, Ford vs. Ferrari. Happy that got a mention, by the way.
Yeah.
Joker, Once Upon a Time, The Irishman, Little Woman, Jojo Rabbit, and Marriage Story. So they were the nominees, and Parasite did also win Best Picture.
Yeah.
Now, I'm the one that saw them all, and...
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I didn't say that properly. But my point is...
Yeah.
Parasite was a really different movie. I didn't fully understand the meaning when I saw it, but then after reflecting, the meaning sank in and the movie it went from an 8.5 to probably close to a 10 for me.
Yeah.
And it's honestly a one-of-a-kind movie. Yeah. And I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful that I saw it. Like, as cheesy as I sound, I'm so happy that I saw that movie because it's really opened my horizons to just different movies. I think it's really what kickstarted my idea to see different movies.
Yeah.
But honestly, it was great. And it was one of a kind, and I really urge you, if you haven't seen it and you have any interest in watching it, please do, because it's basically. Can I kind of spoil this? I think it's been out for long enough.
It's the Oscars have come and gone. Yeah. I think spoil
basically the story on a foreground. It's like this family infiltrates a rich family and basically like takes over all the jobs to earn money to get out of poverty, and then it kind of complications happen and whatever, but in the underlying like message, it kind of shows what poor people will do, in their time of, poverty and desperation, how desperate they become in order to achieve, to get money or get like an advantage, what the things they will do. Yeah. Because obviously the movie is very messed up in some parts, and I won't go into why because you can watch it. Mm-hmm. But it shows like the what's the word? Like how obsessed they become with getting away from their current state. And it's really interesting. And it didn't occur to me when I saw it that was the underlying message.
Yeah, okay.
But, it was honestly a great movie. And even like things like there was like a thing where they put like 50 shots in like a minute of the movie or something, like 5 minutes or something. Like, and just the film work. It's just a great movie all around. And you just go see it. Sorry.
That's a recommendation. Just go see it. Just go see it.
You take your own advice.
I'm not going to watch the movie. I might. I probably won't. I'm not going to go watch the movie.
You should go watch the movie.
We'll see.
Maybe when it comes out on DVD, I'll buy it. You can come over. We'll
look, that's a different story. Yeah.
Pop some popcorn.
Bake some popcorn.
Leave me alone, man.
Yeah. All right, so shall we get into the big topic of conversation that we're going to talk about this week?
Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Review.
The review. Not just not just the fact that it's in cinemas. The review.
The spoiler review.
We're going to talk about it.
And discussion.
Yeah.
No, we're not talking about it. We're talking about Birds of Prey.
We're talking about Birds of Prey.
The
eagles, the hawks. What's another bird? The falcons. The seahawks.
Parrots. The magpies.
At least I'm picking a bird of prey. You're picking
magpies are the birds of prey.
Budgies.
Magpies are birds of prey. They attack me.
True. Actually, right outside your house too.
Yeah, I got attacked right outside my house.
Scary spot. Alright, let's get into this. Okay, let's about the birds of prey that are not those birds. We're going to talk about the canary, the huntress, and the harlequin.
And the
one of them are birds. One of which are birds.
Yeah.
It's kind of false advertising if you think about it.
Anyway.
Let's get into it.
So we saw Birds of Prey. We're going full spoilers, full discussion. There's your little warning right there.
Yeah, but where can you find a non-spoiler review of the movie, really?
I'm so happy you said this. You can find it on my channel, youtube.com/StoryFireGames.
Mm-hmm.
Non-spoiler review there. Came out 2 days ago. You should go see it.
Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity for plugs.
Happy to do so.
So legends avoiding legends. We love to see it. So just a couple statistics out of the way.
Yes.
It opened 33 million domestically and 81 million worldwide on an $84 million budget. So it's $3 million off getting its production budget back. And then obviously you got to double that, as you've said, for advertising and all that.
Yeah.
So they're almost halfway to getting their money back.
Correct.
What did you think of this movie? Just like kind of like briefly, give me your thoughts on the movie.
Okay, well, brief thoughts. I'm not going to go into my little bag of notes that I wrote, that we both wrote straight after the movie, which was hilarious that we both did that. But very, very, very solid.
Yeah, I agree.
It didn't knock my socks off. It didn't wow me out of the park. It didn't throw me out of the water. But I would happily see it again. Mm-hmm. And I think it's definitely it's better than average.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than average.
It did give me Deadpool vibes.
Gave me a lot of Deadpool vibes. Let's get into that in a second.
Okay.
But yes, I agree.
I think it's a very solid movie overall, and I think
you were a little bit more impressed than I was.
Yes. No, I agree with that. I was quite impressed with the movie. I quite liked it. It's probably one of my favorite solo superhero movies as of late.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. But is that just because it's fresh though?
No.
No?
I like. It's probably my favorite DCEU movie.
Yeah, okay, I can understand that.
I'm not counting Joker in that because that's more of it's kind of a solid independent thing.
Yeah.
But in like the whole DCEU, it's my favorite movie.
Yeah, okay.
I liked it more than Shazam.
Okay.
You know, every DCEU property, this is my favorite.
Interesting. Okay. So let's just get into our favorite things then, shall we? Do you want to?
I deleted my notes by accident.
How did you manage that?
I deleted it, and then I went to go to my recently deleted, and I clicked the button that I thought was recover, but it was delete again.
So I'm gonna have to lead this.
No.
Yeah,
don't worry. No, I wrote my review. It's fresher than the noggin.
Okay. Well, do you want to kickstart it, or do you want me to kickstart it?
What do you want me to kickstart with?
Well, I was just gonna say that the best part for me overall, that was definitely by far the action.
Yeah,
in this movie, the action is just to me. It's actually something I've never seen before, and I don't think it's necessarily because it was a female-led movie, female-driven movie, but I think that definitely played a part.
What do you mean? Go on.
Well, for me, because obviously with females, action is a lot different to with males. With a lot of males, it's not as fluent or agile as such, or flexible or stuff like that.
It's just like I can punch you harder.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. There's the acrobatic ones that can do those kinds of things. But I think with this one, it was just so creative and different, and like, especially with Harley Quinn more than anybody else. But she has so many creative ways of beating the shit out of people.
That's a good way of putting it. Like, I think what you're trying to say is her repertoire of, I'm using that word again, her repertoire of skills that she uses to take down bad guys is
different and fresh and
expansive.
Exciting. It genuinely was fresh. It was I picked up on it straight away. The highlight for me was probably in the garage when she storms the police headquarters and then she has to escape.
Yeah.
From all those mercenaries. Just creative. I found it really creative.
That was a good scene.
Yeah.
That was a very good scene.
So for me, the action was by far the best part. I loved it all.
Yeah, it was a very full-on movie, I found. Like, you know, it was full of action, it was full of excitement, and there wasn't really a point where the movie, it was just looking to start and just go, and it wasn't slowing down. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what they were going for. And it was a shorter movie, so I think that kind of attested to that.
It did feel quite short, yeah.
Yeah, it did feel short, but it was also not a bad thing, I don't think.
No.
The only time it slowed down, I did talk about this in my review, was Act 2. Now, it was really about Montoya's quest, you know, taking down Black Mask and her whole thing of being in the police force and how she got let off the project, and it's just kind of
this is where we differ though, because you think this, I don't. I disagree with you.
I just didn't care for it as much this part.
I didn't care for I didn't care for any of Montoya's. Yes. Any of her at all. It was the least interesting part of the movie for me.
Yeah,
exactly. I wouldn't have cared less. I couldn't have cared less if she. I wish she was probably I wish she was just a cop that was on the case. I didn't care about her backstory at all.
I mean, it did, her getting fired was, or let off the case was kind of her story, her transition into joining the Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
That's why that happened.
I guess so.
But it's just kind of even if she didn't get let off the case and she still went to the crime scene and then the mate took, the boss took the work, then she left and joined the Birds of Prey, that would have made more sense, and he would have you could have added more to maybe Black Canary or Huntress's backstory.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I felt like Huntress's were kind of not skimmed over, but it was the point. I think it was fine. But Black Canary's maybe, because there wasn't a lot of backstory about her.
No, there wasn't a lot of backstory, but they built up. I felt like they made up for that in. I felt like they put more effort into her because her story coincides with Harley's. Because Harley, so as you said, with the whole Deadpool kind of vibes, Harley narrates probably half to three quarters of the movie.
Yeah.
Definitely not the last act, but most of the movie.
Yeah.
And when she does that, she explains the story linearly.
Yeah, non-linear.
Yeah, non-linearly. Let's go with that word.
Yeah.
So she skips over people, then has to backtrack to fill in about Black Canary. So I felt like that they kind of made up for not knowing about what Canary was in the beginnings, by adding her and showing her transition from singer to driver for Black Mask.
That's fair. I would have liked to see more Black Mask. I think that was probably my only other it wasn't a disappointing thing. Don't get me wrong. I liked how much of Roman we saw, Roman Sionis. I liked how much Roman we saw. But
you wish more Black Mask.
I wish
though.
I saw more Black Mask on top of that. Maybe like that Act 2 when you see, the Montoya thing, it could have been, Black Mask, dealing with some shit that's come up, like someone's trying to backstab him and he finds out, and so he goes and fucking deals with it as Black Mask. Like that would have been cool. Like, Black Mask could have been interesting to see because, you didn't really see his like crime side, quote unquote, until the very end.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it wasn't much of it.
No, there wasn't. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it because, like, I agree with you 100%, but I kind of... The story didn't dictate that.
Yeah.
And I think had they altered the story, then sure, like, I would have been down for that. But the story didn't call for more Mask. Such. But I do get where you're coming from, 100%. Like, I do agree with you. I would have liked to see a bit more of it. But I still liked what I saw. What did you think of Ewan McGregor overall, actually?
He was really good.
Yeah.
He looked like he was just having a lot of fun with the character.
Yeah.
And it was a good thing.
I liked the choice to make him gay. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
And I don't know, like, they didn't show him being gay. It was just
he was just flamboyant. And it was a good flamboyant. It was just good. I'm not going to lie to you. It's probably one of my favorite things about the movie. I
just want to point out, I don't know how to word this properly, but like the fact that he wasn't with Victor.
Yeah, I thought that was going to happen at one point.
I thought they were going to get together.
Yeah,
but I think it was a smart move that they didn't because it kind of just showed like, because I'm your boss, like don't fuck with me. Like that's the kind of vibe I got from that.
Yeah, I felt I got that too. Yeah, 100% I did. But yeah, he was like, I'm gonna exclude like Margot, but he was my favorite part of the movie. Besides Harley Quinn, to be honest with you, I loved his portrayal. I loved it. I genuinely loved that he was gay in this movie. I thought it was a really, really cool. It was a cool and different dynamic. Yeah. Like he had to have the diamond. He had to have this. It was a show, and it kind of like, I feel like with a lot of comic books, like obviously because like that's just how they used to write them. It's all grand and it's all a big deal when they do something like the part where Harley is strapped to the chair before she gets out on the mission to get the diamond. That was very dramatic.
Yeah,
but it made sense because he was gay. Do you know what I mean? Like he had a bit of that flair, and that was part of his character. Like it made sense that he was like, I'm going to add so much drama to this by tying her up to the chair in the middle of the stage with all these people around her. And make it such a big deal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I felt like that fit the character really perfectly. So yeah, it was a great decision in my opinion.
Good note. I didn't even think of that.
I just thought of it now.
Okay.
I can't. But you know what I mean though?
Yeah.
I feel like it's a very valid point. So yeah, I love that aspect.
No, it was very good. Everything. I think Ewan McGregor was a great villain. Even like everything in the club. Like, when he starts to become paranoid as well. Like, it was just like you could see the progression of his character and see him progress into becoming Black Mask. And I think that was the kind of the point is why he only took the mask once was because you could kind of see his like, I don't know what, they spiral to
he
like,
wasn't,
like, I don't think he wanted to wear the mask. Like, I don't think he wants to become it, but he has to.
Yeah, the mask represented like, he's not taking any shit at all. But I agree with you. As the movie progresses, he starts to wear down, and he's like, "No, I just have to do this now."
Yeah,
I do agree with that. What did you think of? We'll get to Margot last. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think of Canary and Huntress?
I loved Huntress.
You loved Huntress.
I thought she was awesome.
You loved Huntress.
I thought she was awesome.
Okay.
I did like. Both of them were great, but I thought Huntress was just a badass all around.
Okay.
Everything from her like taking to the whole gang in the thing. I liked her backstory. I did really enjoy her backstory and everything.
What about her like as the portrayal?
I thought it was good.
Okay.
I really liked it. I know you were a bit iffy. I think that's where we differ here.
Yeah.
Is I really liked Huntress. I thought she was a badass. Yeah. She's like sometimes like unintentionally stole the scene because of how cool I thought she was.
Okay.
That was just me. Black Canary was just all around cool as well. Like I just liked them both.
Okay, interesting.
And even like I got to say, even though I did shit on Montoya like about like 5 minutes ago, I do think she was still cool. But I just thought she had too much. I thought she was cool, but I think she just had too much story to her.
No, for me with Montoya, I'll get to Montoya quickly.
Yeah.
For me with Montoya, I kind of felt like the whole storyline with her, how she started drinking as soon as she got pulled off the case. I felt like they didn't show enough of like that. You know what I mean? Like that kind of drive for her. I didn't feel like she was that connected to the case.
Yeah, they didn't show that.
Like she mentioned that she'd been on it for 6 months, but it didn't feel like she had such a passion to solve this case. So I kind of found it hard to get motivated with her as a character, and sympathize for her when she got pulled off, but that's another story. But Huntress, I didn't care for at all.
I feel like you didn't really care for many people in this movie.
I told you I didn't care at all for Huntress. Like I'd seen her in Arrow.
Why not? Because you saw an Arrow.
I think that definitely played a part. In Arrow, I really liked her. I think partly because they got to explore her a little bit more in Arrow because she was over a couple of episodes. But I think to me in this one, I didn't really like the actress either.
Really? I thought she was good.
I just think that like Huntress is a badass. Like she was trained by assassins after seeing her parents get shot down, and she was right next to her parents. And she gets trained as an assassin, and she's talked about how she's got all these skills. But then I don't know. She was just, to me, she was very lighthearted for someone who's gone through that. And it didn't. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it was a lighthearted movie. You can't forget.
No, it was, but I thought she would be a bit more serious, like the stern type that maybe Harley makes fun of. I didn't like her. I just really, really didn't like her.
I can tell.
I like I did like the funny part where she's trying to figure out how to say "I'm Huntress."
Yeah,
that was quite funny. I did enjoy that for sure. But I couldn't care less for her.
Damn, at all. Sad. That's so sad.
Yeah, I just didn't care about her at all. Where do you want to go to now?
I'm just trying to think. What did you think of the cinematography? The shots, everything.
Oh, I love I did like the last act. I love that it was at the amusement park.
Yeah.
Thought that was really sick.
That whole fight scene in there was awesome.
Yeah. The settings I loved. Oh, let me get to Canary actually.
Yeah.
Canary was awesome. I really liked Canary. I loved everything about her. I liked that they didn't overuse her power, and I liked that they used her power at the end, but she was also a badass that could beat the shit out of anyone.
Yeah. So she was cool.
So she was probably, I really did like that.
She was like, out of the three like birds of prey, I think she was the one that was used the best. Yeah. Like her character was like, there was enough story about her. She like her powers were used just enough. Like, I think we can agree that, Montoya was overused, and Huntress we are a bit indifferent about that.
I think they could have, but I think they could have used Huntress more than Montoya.
Yes.
And I agree
with that part. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think by Canary, she was like used in the perfect amount.
Yes,
her character.
I
so I think we can agree on
that
part.
Yeah. Should we get to Margot?
But no, we'll go back to Act 3 quickly.
Oh, yes.
I think that whole Act 3, the ending scene, and the way that they defeat Sionis, it's just really cool. I loved it. It was just full of action.
Yeah.
It was it was like, it's not silly. Silly's not the right word, but they took
comical.
It was comical in a way, but they also showed like heaps of action. It was just full of fun, and it was just like, I think the whole underlying thing of the movie, it was just a fun movie.
It was a fun movie while maintaining serious. Yeah. One issue that I did have with that final act is I didn't think that Montoya, it made no sense that she was beating the shit out of those people.
Oh yeah, look,
she is just a little girl.
The fact that she could stand toe to toe with Harley Quinn kind of just was like, are you sure about that?
Yeah, like we literally saw Harley beat the shit out of those mercenary bikers in the garage, and then she struggles a little bit against Montoya. I didn't. Yeah, like that whole thing with Montoya being strong enough to beat the shit out of those guys. I'm sorry, I didn't believe. I didn't think she could. To be honest with you, she just didn't seem like the person that
she's
could.
A detective.
Had she shot them, fair enough.
But she it didn't show, instead of showing her like drinking problem, show her getting trained. So she I believe that she could take it. Yeah,
show her taking her anger out boxing or something, or beating the shit out of something. I don't care. Something. Yeah. A sheep. Beat the shit out of a sheep.
No, don't do that. Not the poor sheep.
A pillow sheep.
Okay, that's alright then.
Much more believable. and then I believe she can beat the shit out of someone. I didn't like her in that final scene, but that whole the rest of the third act I thought was quite enjoyable.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
What did you think of the fourth wall element, or like Harley Quinn's narrating? Because I thought it played into the story of Harley Quinn's messed up mind and how she's
talk about that, please.
Okay, because
you had a good insight.
I thought personally it was just to do with the fact that she's like a little bit crazy, and she's like, she gets a bit distracted and sidetracked with one thing and then like a little bit of another thing, and it just kind of plays to really getting inside her head.
She's a bit unstable.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
And like everything that, the narration helped play into the fact that she was unstable, and, shows like her going from one place to another in her head, and she's kind of like all over the shot, like she's got ADHD or something. And I think it's just like, I thought that was a really good part.
No, I thought you nailed. I didn't think of that at all. But then when you said that, when the movie finished, I agree with you. That I think you hit the nail on the head with that. I thought that was, but in saying that, I don't know. I don't know if I like the narration. I think it made sense. Actually, no, I do like it. I've decided I do. I do. I've decided
sure?
right here, right now, that I do like it, because we needed to understand who she is now after the Joker's breakup.
Yeah.
So it definitely did make sense to have the narration, and I thought it definitely added to the story.
Yeah.
So I like that. You really liked the comic thing at the start as well, didn't you?
I like the whole intro scene.
Yeah.
The whole like comic into like the blowing up of the thing into like the title screen. I thought that was like that shot when she blows up the
Ace Chemicals.
Yeah, Ace Chemicals, and it has the shot of her walking away, and then the title comes up. I love that. I don't know what it was about that, but I just thought that whole shot, it was just amazing.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you.
I don't know if it's just because I've recently developed a love for cinematography,
I think it's
or movies. It's partly to do with this, and I've just loved and I just analysed the absolute crap out of every movie.
Yeah.
Family friendly podcast. But yeah, I think it might partly be that, but I just like that shot in particular, I just really enjoyed. And I think that kind of set up the entire movie. Like, it's just like she blows up Ace Chemicals, and it's like, yep, we're on the road. We're strap in, we're going for a ride, Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Harley now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Margot Robbie, she was phenomenal.
Yeah, she really was.
I saw her in Bombshell and Birds of Prey within 2 weeks of each other, and she's done well in both. She's
an awesome actress, man. I'm so glad she's Aussie.
She's so bogan. She
really is.
She recently went on Hot Ones, which is like a show where they eat hot wings and like get interviewed, and she's just very bogan.
Yeah,
she's very bogan.
She is. It's the Neighbours in her. That's why.
Yeah, she was on Neighbours as well, which is like.
But it's shit. It's a shit show. Anyway, but no, she's awesome in this movie, man. I can't say much else because she just really is really funny. She's funny.
She's sick and twisted.
She is. She plays Harley perfectly, and it's going to be such a shame if the new Suicide Squad is the last movie we see of her.
I think it will be.
I think it will be too. And I'm sad about that. I think if they do well with this new Suicide Squad, they'll do it again.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, I think she really fell in love with the character, and it's really good to see. I've noticed a lot more characters that are like playing superheroes. A lot more actors and actresses are playing superheroes. A lot of them do fall in love with their character that are playing, or they have loved the character in the past. Kind of like Henry Cavill. He loves Superman and he loves playing him, and he loves Geralt, when he plays The Witcher. He loves those characters, and he's been exposed to them growing up.
That's why he wants to do them.
And Margot Robbie is the same, where she loves the character of Harley Quinn, and she can really get into it, and she's passionate about it, and it reflects on the movie. And it delivers, yeah. And that's what I love seeing, because it's just like you can tell that the people behind the character want to do it, and they want to put their all in, and it reflects, and it shows. Too. It's great.
Yeah, it definitely. I completely agree with you. It definitely shows when they give a shit about the movie. Yeah, and I'm interesting to see what they do in the 2021 Suicide Squad. I'm really looking forward to that now after this. 100% I am. DC's on a rise, I think, with their movies, and it's good to see. What was their last? So the last ones have been like Shazam last year, Aquaman just before that, Joker as well, I guess. Wonder Woman. I think they're definitely on the rise for sure. I just want to go back quickly to the box office. Mm-hmm. So they were expected to get 45 mil domestically. They got 33. Yeah. What do you think is in store for next week?
I think we mentioned this before the podcast. I think it won't go down that much. Yeah. I think that people were a bit skeptical because of Suicide Squad's abomination. And they're like, we'll wait to see what reviews are. We'll go when we can. Like, it's not a priority on everybody's list.
Yeah, I could see it going up. I don't think it will, but I could see it going up.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
So I don't think the drop-off is going to be that substantial.
Yeah, I don't think it'll drop below 50%, like less.
No, I think they'll still make 25 mil domestically.
Yeah.
And probably a little bit more worldwide, to be honest with you, because usually worldwide opens with a few more after a while, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think... once people see that it's reviewed fairly well, it has reviewed fairly well, and people are actually enjoying it, critics and viewer. Yeah,
but then again, it's also like Sonic comes out this week.
Sonic does come out this week. So does Fantasy Island. So does Richard Jewell. There's a few movies coming out this week.
But Valentine's Day. What are you gonna go see? Probably Birds of Prey.
Yeah, it's on the cards.
It's a love story.
But Sonic is also being advertised. Has heavy Valentine's Day promotion.
Okay, well, screw it then.
The problem is that this movie wasn't advertised very well. The trailers were pretty good.
No, I agree with you. I didn't find it being advertised as much as I thought it would. I agree with you. But at this, I don't know what to say. Yeah,
like the trailer. There's only a couple trailers, and the trailers. I feel like the movie was a lot better than the trailers.
I think so too. The trailers to me didn't blow me away. It didn't blow me out of the water. I was going to see this regardless.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't for this podcast, I don't know if you would have seen it.
I know I would have seen it.
You would have seen it?
It's a comic book movie.
Fair enough.
I would have seen it for that reason. And I also really like Harley Quinn and Margot Robbie's portrayal. So I would have seen it. But, it just didn't... the trailers didn't really blow me away. So, had I been on the fence, I probably wouldn't have seen this based on the trailers. But all reviews are good. It's being received pretty well, both by critics and fans. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
Good job, DC.
Yeah, good job, DC. We've talked a lot of shit about you.
You've risen to the occasion. You've listened to me because I've shit on you.
You really have, man.
Really have.
You've been very harsh on DC.
I don't hold back on DC.
You really don't.
Get good.
They did.
Get good.
They did. They are doing so.
They did.
And hopefully Wonder Woman comes out this year. We'll hopefully get a positive, I
can't see that being bad.
Wonder Woman 84?
Yeah.
I think it'll be pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too.
So we'll get, hopefully a good movie there. And then whatever else. Batman next year.
Ooh, that's the one I'm hanging for.
And then Suicide Squad next year as well. So they got a few good movies coming out.
We got big times.
Big exciting things. Shazam 2, 2022.
I think that's next year, actually.
Next year.
Wait. Black Adam's next year as well.
Yeah, there's heaps of movies coming out.
Yeah, bit of exciting times.
DC's on the rise. Hopefully. Hopefully. We'll see what we got.
Yep.
But yeah, that's it. Is that it for the podcast?
I think so, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, if you want to go check out our social medias, we're currently, by the time this goes up, we'll be preparing for the final round of the best sitcom bracket. We just posted the final four today, the day of recording.
We did.
And it's looking like a tight race. I don't know how it's going to go.
I've had a look into it.
Don't spoil.
One is very tight. The other one is not so much. And I hate that one of them, it's tough. It's a tough vote. It's a really tough vote.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But go check us out. So on Instagram, we are at The Regular Size Man. On Twitter, at Regular Size Man. And Facebook, The Regular Size Man Podcast. Please go check us out. Show us some love. And that is it for episode 36 of The Regular Size Man Podcast. Have a fantastic day, guys.
See you guys.
Ba-ba-da.